7th, I call the seller and I get a wrong number. September 7th, I call the seller back. This time I get voicemail, but I do not leave a message. September 8th, I call the seller again and I connect. She's traveling and she tells me to call back in 1 week. I have made the first connection. September 14th, I call the seller again. She picks up and she said that they will be ready to list in 1 month. I got her email address and I emailed her information about my client. September 21st, I called to follow up on that email to see if the seller had any questions about my client's background or sales history. She told me that she received the email and that she had forwarded it to her other family members so that they can have a conversation about it. She told me to follow up in 1 month. My rule of thumb is do not follow up in the interval of time that the seller suggests that you do. The reason being, things could change and the schedule could speed up and you might miss out. Always cut the time in half that they tell you to follow up in. This was an expired listing, so other people are reaching out to her as well. I want to adhere to what she's saying, but I also want to make sure that I always stay in front of her so that she knows that we want the job of selling her home. On October 7th, I sent a general email, just touching base. October 9th, I sent out my general market update to all of my contacts. She was in that folder, so she received that email. October 11th, I want you to rewind back to September 14th. Remember that conversation? The lead told me that she would be ready to list in 1 month's time. Well, here we are, October 11th, almost a month from September 14th, and we haven't even gotten in front of them. It's always about their schedule. It's not about ours. Whatever they say, we're going to follow, and their plans change. They are not obligated to our schedule. We are obligated to follow them. October 27th. It's been 16 days since my last reach out on the 11th of October, and it's very quiet. I don't hear a sound. I don't know what to do. I don't want to bother her. Has another agent gotten to her? Is she interviewing people and we're no longer in contention? What's happening? I'm fearful. I'm nervous. I don't want to ruin it. I decide to call her again. And she picks up. She said that she's happy that I'm staying in touch. If she's engaging with me, that's very encouraging. I just have to kind of fight through the fear and continue to reach out to her. She said that she needs to schedule some time with her family to discuss a plan of action. She suggested that I check back at the end of next week. And then something happened. On November 1st, out of the blue, I received an unsolicited text from her. She would like to see some of my clients' recent sales. So now, whatever was going on with her personally before is now in the back seat. She's actually thinking about selling the house now. So she's coming to me for some information. Now, if you remember, I already sent this to her. But I don't say, hey, I already sent it to you. Didn't you read it? No. I send her some of my team's top sales to let her know that we are comfortable with this type of listing. She said that she is shortening her list of who she's going to interview and that she is going to be back in touch. November the 3rd, I leave her a voicemail to ensure again that she received that email to make sure that it got through and it didn't hit spam. November the 5th, I actually get communication from her and she wants to know when is a good time for us to meet. Yes, very excited. Reach out to my team, get our calendars lined up, propose a couple of dates and times, and I reply to her. And then she goes quiet again for 2 weeks. November 19th rolls around and I'm like, all right, I am going in for the close on this appointment. I sent her one more email. We finalized the listing appointment date. The process for scheduling a $3.9 million listing appointment is the exact same process that you would use to schedule a $60,000 listing appointment. Exact same. Your goal is always to establish rapport with the seller, to continue to reach out to them until they're ready to meet with you, to show that you're knowledgeable, and to stay with them because other people are also trying to reach out to them. Don't let the price tag on the house scare you. It's exactly the same process. Takeaway number 2. Although the process of scheduling a $60,000 listing appointment is the same as a $3.9 million listing appointment, the seller's might behave differently. I don't think I could schedule a $3.9 million listing appointment for myself, being a new agent. The team that I did schedule the appointment for, they are very seasoned. They have sold at that price point before. They have a very strong resume. When you are trying to approach a luxury seller, most likely they are going to ask for your recent sales so that they are confident that you know how to sell at that price point. Maybe you have a network of buyers agents to tap into that know buyers that are able to afford a home at that price point. So it might be more difficult to schedule that type of listing appointment if you're new in the business. My suggestion to you would be to partner up with another agent that has that experience, that has sold at that price point before. Because if you do that, you are more than likely to get in front of that seller. I don't think at this stage of my career that I could schedule a listing appointment with that level of seller. And that's okay. I'm just starting out. So I would definitely partner up with someone to increase my chances of getting in the door.